Okay, so my issue with uh, Steve Harvey and Monique, I'm 100% with Monique, but the issue is if you're gonna play the Black Power entrepreneurship, own your own business game, you can't play that with a bunch of slaves. If you're gonna try a Harriet Tubman move, meaning I'm not gonna sell my soul, I'm gonna hold my integrity, I'm gonna fight for my worth. This is the truth that you should be doing that. But the issue is you can't bring an army of house niggas and field niggas to fight a war that they will lose because they're in fear that the massa will strip them of everything. And because you took the route of the black sheep, meaning you're not afraid to lose everything because you stand on a principle, you have to stand on that till the end. You have to find your own way till the end. And then if you want to do like Oprah did and go build your own shit, I guess in that private conversation. But because she relinked with the massa, you can't. You gotta be. You got. There's no double side. Either you get blackballed and you go ham and build your own shit, build your own platform, or you kneel and let the hand that feed you and play the game to get where you need to be and then create your own platform. Because if you don't have the income, if you don't have the network, if you don't have the connections to build your own shit, you just playing like a double-handed sword. Like you want to be in the system and try to beat the system in where the rules are not made by you. The rules are not created by you. The rules are not created for you. The system is only created to benefit off of you. So if the system is only created to benefit off of you, you cannot play the double-edged sword and try to act like, oh, Steve and all these people who are fucking house niggas and field niggas and the massa is feeding them, you cannot force them to come outside and apologize and to fight for you. They are slaves. It's like Harriet Tubman said. I would have freed 1,000 more slaves if they knew they were slaves. But because you know you're a slave and you say, I want to be free or I want to act in my worth, you can't do that in the game that you did not create. Unless you're going to do like uh, uh, Dave, Dave Chappelle did and say, fuck them and leave the whole shit behind and then come back a beast. And we don't know if he's cloned. We don't know of any of that. But outside of all of that, you really gotta be willing to play the extreme of saying fuck them. Because if not, you're just like I would say most black people, but you gotta understand with black people, when you get higher up, you're just dealing with the same coons and slaves and slave mentality, but just with more money. So if you're dealing with people who have more money, and like Steve said, I'm used to this luxury and this lifestyle, I'm not gonna give it up because I have a statement to say. I'm gonna play the hands that I'm dealt with and feed my family, and that's it. And that's the game a lot of celebrities are playing. I got a family to feed, etc., etc. And just like 21 Savage, when a couple days after he said all that stuff on the stage, he got deported and all that shit. So again, she's right, but she needs to play the game full out. But at the same time, I think what Steve is saying was you should have played the game, created your own platform on the side, and then ditch it when you're done playing with these crackers. And if you're not going to play that game, then, and I get your point, out of pride and saying, oh, I should get more because I'm a legend and boop, 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 boop. But, and I get that. But you haven't done a show in, well, TV or whatever, and how long, and that's a relevant point. And I understand that you're a legend, but if you're going to play the game to twist the hand that feeds you, to make it bend to your will, you got to play the game. Or you got to strike out and strike out completely. Because like I even read in some of the comments, if you have a family to feed, you can't just say fuck all that just because you want to do that. But again, I'm a Monique, where I want to say fuck the system and all that other stuff. But you don't go see me begging somebody who I don't fuck with like that. You know what I'm saying? So if Harriet, she's right, but don't play Harriet Tubman if you're not ready for the consequences. Because, I say Harriet Tubman, meaning don't be ready to say, I'm going to go free 1,000 slaves, and you ain't ready to risk your life. And that's my problem with Monique. She's not willing to risk her life. And she did, but she wants to go back to appease other slaves. And they're not willing to do that. And when you talk about, when I say slaves, meaning people who are slaves to their lifestyle, their money, their power, their position, and because they are in link with the massa, you need to go hard on creating your own shit, not being a slave. And because probably she's not willing to adapt and all that other stuff, I think, Monique, I really think it's time for you to create your own shit. Stop begging motherfuckers. Stop trying to suck niggas' dicks for clout and be like, oh, I need you to come apologize and boop, 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 boop. And that's fantastic. But you're not gonna make a slave come down to help you. Because they are more tied to the fact that they need to feed their family and keep their position, keep their legacy, keep their career. It doesn't make you less talented because you said, fuck the system, I'm going to go do my own right. If you're going to say, fuck the system, do it 100%. And if people are offended, fuck them. For real. Because at the end of the day, that's the route you're taking. The fuck them route. And being hurt, I think what she needs to do is stop taking it so personal about being hurt, because they're slaves. Now, of course, you can be in your feelings, but it's like, yo, they're slaves. Period. They're slaves to the money, the lifestyle, the power. That's why they'll never come out and defend you. They'll never come out and say, look at what Lee Daniels did to Dame Dash. But at the same time, he's a slave too, because now he wants to apologize and boo, 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 boo. If you serious about that, you really ready to die, you gotta be willing to stick up and be real. Because you can't play two halves of the same coin. Like, you can't play with the devil and then not play with the devil. Play with the devil, not play with the devil over and over. You can't play both sides. Either you're going to stand in truth, in full integrity, and go to war and say, fuck everybody, I'm going to build my own shit. Or you're gonna go play with the devil and then build your own shit after you play with the devil. There's no in between. And I think you're trying to get people who have their puppeteers by the master, the demons themselves. You're trying to get the puppet. Yeah, that's good. You're trying to get the puppet to apologize to you. When you cut the strings yourself on your side, it's like being unlocked from the Matrix. You're trying to, when you cut the strings from your body and you said, fuck them, I'm no longer going to be a slave, I want more. I want this, that, and the third. Especially if the fact that you haven't been in the limelight in a minute. You cut and you let's say those strings are not there anymore. You're doing your own thing. You know, whatever. And then you replug up. And then you tell, or not even you replug up. You trying to tell the other slaves to say, no matter how quote unquote powerful they are, that I need you to do boo 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 boo. I want you to come. He's not gonna do that. He's plugged up. He's plugged up. He's not gonna cut his strings and be like you. Because the moment you cut your strings, there are plenty people who are okay with this because they're getting paid. They're getting paid. The puppet, they're okay with people playing the string, playing with their life because they're getting paid. They're not gonna stop. So if you, as soon as it's like the Matrix. Once you unplug, you gotta be serious about the shit, or you gotta replug and play the game the way you need to play it. My thing is, Monique is right, but pick a fucking side. Are you gonna plug up and go back with the massa, or are you serious about, yo, fuck them, suck my whatever, and be out? You can't get the puppets, not the puppet master, the puppets to apologize, and you want all this extra shit, all this emotions from a puppet, from a slave. Period. You want a slave, a house nigga, a field nigga to apologize to you when they're not even in control. Somebody, and this is what been coming to my spirit for the last couple of days. You can't force somebody who get in this, and you can say this on the smallest nature. If somebody controls your future, or you give somebody, or somebody is the source of your power, it's a toxic relationship when somebody is the source of your life. So I even wrote down just now today, actually. Do not make somebody the source of your power unless you want to control them. All the people you're talking to are being controlled. So because you detached from your source center and you say, I'm free, and then when they approach you because of your talent and they say, oh, we will pay you da 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 da, you're not wrong to stand in your integrity. But you're wrong if you want to go shoot at other of course you can say no to the big dogs, but you can't say no and then say maybe. Say no and mean your shit. And understand that they're slaves. And that's it. They're slaves. Be understanding of where you are and play yourself. Don't play yourself by trying to beg them now. Because what they're saying is, when Steve Harvey says, oh, we'll come apologize, that means you gonna bend over and let them put their dick in your butt and say, yo, I'm sorry. When you know you're right. But there's a difference between the public perception and the inner perception. They can say all they want to in private, you're right. But their publicity is controlled by the master. So you can't start a revolution of some sort with somebody who's being controlled. Play the game. Like Steve Harvey would say, I agree with Steve Harvey in that one sentence. Play the game better. If you're going to play the game and get where you need to be and then flip it. But if you're not going to do that, be serious about your position. Because that's what I don't like about Monique. She's not serious about her position. She's asking for too much validation, if you ask me. Yeah, she's moving, making money, and stop having this. People say, oh, you don't know where your next paycheck is coming from. There's so much opportunity out here. Comedy is your gift, but that's not the only way you can make money. That's not the only way you can be a star. You can create your own platform. You can do whatever. You don't need them. They need you. But if you're not going to play the game, stand strong on that and create your own shit. Stop begging.